What is going on, all you amazing viewers to be named later? How we doing today? Have a great long weekend? I know I'm filming this shortly right after Veterans Day, which is always a weird event around my house. Anywho, I just want to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever time it is when y'all watching this one right here. Okay, it's a weird one. I know over the last year or so I really haven't been doing much in the beard world, for lack of a better phrase, or the men's grooming community, or whatever the hell you want to call it, alright? I know this one is my top 2 companies of 2024. I've laid some ground rules for this video. Okay, number 1, I had to eliminate Johnny Slicks. Real bias there. Everybody who's watched my channel knows how much I love that company, so I don't want any of you going, go top company, it's going to be Johnny Slicks. Ha! Gotcha! It is one of my favorites of all time. I can say that. He is one of my favorites, but for the purposes of this video, had to eliminate him. It had to be a company where I've made at least 2 purchases in the last calendar year. Because honestly, I am not buying that much stuff. I have really had to cull my collection because, like most of you, I fell into that FOMO. You know, that, oh, this company's released a new scent, gotta have it. Oh, that company's doing this, gotta have it. So I can get that YouTube video out, hopefully trigger the algorithm and do whatever. I started to get to a point where I could not even enjoy what I was purchasing because it was like, great, on to the next one, put you aside. So it had to be a company I've bought twice from. There had to be something interesting about the owner. Okay, I'm not talking your run-of-the-mill rubber stamp, here we go, move it forward. No, there had to be something interesting about the owner. And the biggest one that made it make the cut, I keep going back to it in my daily choice. It just draws me back in and I go, I want this, I want this, I want to use this, I want this. So I think those are some pretty good ground rules, okay? I am going to give some really, really honorable mentions to Black Rebel. So for all of you going, oh, it's a reviewer who has a list and he's not being paid by Pedro, so screw Pedro. I like what I've had from Pedro before. I really want to try his new beard butter. So in 2025, I am going back and purchasing more Black Rebel. So I really want to give him an honorable mention because I've loved everything I've ever tried from him. Just like I want to give Ready Man and Copper Johns honorable mentions. Those 3 companies right there have always been a favorite of mine and pulling them in. I can't talk about dad beards because the day I'm filming this video is when my initial order was originally supposed to show up, but now it's 24-hour delay. Probably because they're taking it from UPS and giving it to the post office to give to me, seeing how it's been sitting less than 20 miles away from me since 4 days ago. But anywho, so there's your honorable mentions, and there's 1 disqualification. Even playing field, right? Okay. Now, I know I haven't done a lot of videos, so some of this might shock you. These are in no particular order. These are my top 2. One is not better than the other. I don't favor one over the other. All right? First up, Grindstone Grooming. And yes, I am just using this bottle as an example. I really want to give the Reverend credit. I was an original detractor of his company because in his early days he had made a couple mistakes with adding the scents in, and unfortunately I got one of those bottles. But I went, okay, people make mistakes, things happen, and I went back and got more. I have really loved everything I have tried from Grindstone. I haven't tried the cologne because I've never been a cologne guy, alright? I never have. When you join the military at 17 and you're in basic training, there is no cologne, there is no anything, because when you go into Fort Jackson, South Carolina in the middle of summer, those bugs will feast on you. But I really like the scent profiles he puts out. I like how he puts them out. He's like, raw, raw, intense, mysterious. I'm going to give you a little tip about Grindstone. If it's a limited drop, and you think you're going to like it, get 2. I went through this first bottle of Protect Your Beard. This is my second. I went through it nonstop. I wore it every day until it was gone. So, Grindstone is one you should be looking at. The Reverend prides himself on customer service. He prides himself on customer care. He puts out a lot of great things. He has surrounded himself with good people, and he's made himself a great company. He is worth checking out. Like I said, Grindstone Grooming. Now, oh, by the way, he is an alum of Yay Camera. And like I said, I wanted to go back and see if any of these owners were alums of the No Lag Zone, and both of them were. So the next one up, and this may surprise some of you, okay, it really, really might. It kind of surprised me, because this is the biggest company I have in my collection. I think I've got 19 oils and butters from this company, simply because it's a great owner, great thought process behind it, and what the owner does with things. So without much further ado, and like I said, this is just a demo bottle, Valhalla Beard and Body. What Mr. McMahon, Tim, if you watch wrestling, you know where that's from, back in the, the 90s and the 2000s. Mr. McMahon has done with that company out of Arizona is phenomenal. The fact that he cares so much about everybody who purchases from him. I love when I get the packing order in there and there's a handwritten note on there. It always makes me smile. The story of what he's overcome and what he's gone through is just wow. I love the fact that he works with people. He makes incredible collaborations. And recently, I gotta admit, I've been using his deodorant for the first time, and I really, really, truly love it. I think it more than matches anything you can find in a big box store, and you don't feel weird using it. You know how, like, with some deodorants, you put them on, they seem kind of filmy and runny? No, not this. It's not one that you have to put under your arm and warm up. The scent profiles on them are really, really cool. And it's weird matching your deodorant to your beard oil and your beard butter, like with Nighthawk's Revenge. But still, I love the fact that a lot of what he does is Norse-inspired scents and scent profiles. When he mixes some of these up, they may seem simple to you, but they're so deep and dank and complex and plays wonderful throughout the day in your beard. It's just wow. My original purchase from him was Valhalla la 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 la, his Christmas one. And I was hooked. I was hooked ever since. I tried it and I went, holy shit, where has this company been all my life? But I did a quick count this morning. Valhalla Beard and Body is the biggest part of my collection right now, standing at 19. So, Tim, do some race stock so we can get to an even 20, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Why are you going to leave me hanging? But yeah, there's both of them. Both great owners. Both great companies. Both are doing amazing things with their business. Grindstone is making contributions to a scholarship for blue-collar workers. Mr. McMahon is just giving back and finding ways to help. It's phenomenal. So those are my top two companies. But we're at the best part of the video right here. Seriously, we really, really, truly are. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff down below. What do you think of my top two companies? I know they might shock you because they're not ones I really talk about that often. Matter of fact, it takes a lot for me to get up and do a video about beard oil or the men's grooming community, just because I kind of stopped. It was just a personal thing for me. I'd love to know your top companies. Which ones do you go to the most? Which ones have you made the most purchases from? Can you suggest the company to me that maybe I haven't heard of? I've heard great things about Hemp Wizard. Got to go pull the trigger there. Woolly Wizard, is it, or something like that? I heard great things about them. I got to go pull the trigger there. There's just other things I'd like to experience without some of the crap. Now, best way to support the channel is become a channel member. There's a link down below in the description box. Only $5 a month. You help support the insanity that is TCTBNL. Cheapest way to support the channel, and it is the most easiest. Hit that big thumbs up and leave a comment. But there we go, guys. My top two men's grooming companies for 2024. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. Hope you're having a great day today. Hope you're having a safe day today. And we're looking forward to seeing all of you in our very next video.